Yo, what's up guys? Today I got for you all another Pokemon Online World Cup match in the Black and White OU tier, but before I get into it, I just want to say thank you all so much for getting us to over 1,000 subscribers. It really does mean a lot to me. Like, I was sick these past couple of days, right? And who knew that all I needed was, you guys to make me feel 100% better. So, really, thanks for that. And each and every one of you that have subbed to me, you all mean something, because without you, we would never have gotten this far. So, let's all keep growing together as a channel and see how far we get. Sky's the limit, as the saying goes. Now, I will, of course, do some special stuff for it, but I want to ask you guys, what would you guys like to see for the 1,000 subscriber special? Like, I know a lot of YouTubers do stuff of their own for it, but I feel you guys should have a say since we're a team. So, we're a team together. So let me know in the comments what you might want to see, and I'll definitely take it into consideration when deciding what to do. And I also want to go ahead and just say welcome to all my new subscribers that I've gotten. It really means a lot to me that you guys are subscribed to me, and if there's anything you want to see or any suggestions you may have, go ahead and let me know in the comments. I read everybody's comments. I listen to everybody, so no comment will go unheard. For most videos I reply to them also, so yeah, just don't be shy, just let me know. And other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the content, and I hope you guys enjoy your stay. So other than that, let's go ahead and jump into this battle. So now, looking at our teams, we both bring an offensive team. So his team, the one thing that I have, or like the one thing that I noticed as soon as I entered this battle, is that once I get rid of D-Knight, Volcarona just wins there. Another thing I noticed was that he did not have a spinner, which means if I get up rocks, that weakens D-Knight even more, that if he keeps switching in, which means that if I pressure him a lot or maybe force him to switch out and stuff like that, D-Knight's going to get whittled down a lot, and Volcarona should have a field day pretty much. So that's how I'm going to go into this battle. I am using a team here that, of course, a lot of people have seen before. It's a very, very popular black and white team during, I guess, the late era of black and white OU, well, black and white too. But so knowing that he's probably going to know what the team is, I did make a few modifications, like for example Scarf Loom and Sash Special Chomp. So that's really how I went into this battle, was sort of just making a few minor tweaks and stuff like that. And by kind of, I guess, looking at a few of his replays, I found out he was kind of weak to Volcarona, so I thought maybe this would be an appropriate team to bring. So that's pretty much how I went into this battle, or that was my mindset. So let's go ahead and resume the battle and see what happens here. So he's going to lead up with Jirachi, me with my Breloom, and turn one here. So I wasn't really sure what Breloom he might be. I was thinking maybe, it could be Scarf. Very likely Scarf since he led with it. It could be E-Belt, maybe, so I really just wanted to scout and see what he was. So I go for the Spore here. He outsped me, which means he was Scarf. So immediately turn one, I knew that Breloom's not the right matchup here. So I'm predicting him to expect me to go into Volcarona. I thought maybe he might switch, right? Because Volcarona, of course, is my best to switch in right here, and he probably does not want to get burned by my Volcarona's Flame Body. So I go into my Scizor here, just kind of scouting out what he wants to do here. He ends up going for Iron Head again, so I pretty much know that his only game plan here is just to flinch all my Pokemon to death. So what I gotta do is now go into my Volcarona here as he goes for Iron Head again. Unfortunately, he does not get burned by my Flame Body, so he's gonna be forced out now into his Dragonite here, as I can go for the Fiery Dance and break his Multiscale, which is good for me. Now his D-Knight's getting weakened a little bit by bit, so I'm going to now switch into my Garchomp here as he goes for the E-Speed. Judging by that damage, he definitely is banded. And now he's going to switch out here, and I can just get up my free rocks as I do, as I'm able to do so. Now, predicting him to want to get up rocks, expecting me to switch, I go for the Draco Meteor here as he does get up rocks, so I nailed that prediction really well. And now I'm going to switch out here expecting the Ice Shard as he does go for that, and he does reveal his set to be Life Orb with rocks, so that means he can't switch out anymore because he does not have a spinner, and so he's going to go for Ice Shard again as I just go for the safe Bullet Punch. He's going to knock out from the Life Orb here. So what he's going to do is bring out his Rotom Wash. I don't really need Scizor for anything else. I am fast SD, so I can just go for a superpower here, weakening that Rotom Wash down to a nice yellow level, which means that Volcarona can just pop it when it comes back in later on in the game. Now he's going to Volt Switch into his Jirachi, knocking out my Scizor in the process, as I have to go into my Starmie here. Now here's the thing, right? Looking at our teams, my team's extremely weak to rocks. I definitely need to get rid of rocks in order to have a chance at winning this game, which also means that, he brought in Jirachi because he wants to flinch the rest of my team and try and flinch my Starmie so that I don't spin. Now, if I break through and get off the rapid spin, I have a really good chance, but if I don't, then I pretty much lose. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to try and get off his spin. He goes for the Iron Head here. The flinch happens on the first time he does it. Now, the second time, right, he goes for Iron Head once again. I am able to break through, get that rapid spin. So either I was lucky or he was unlucky there. So I'm able to get off that rapid spin here. Now I can sack Starmie knowing that it did its job and that I now can bring in Volcarona safely without getting any damage on it. So now he's going to be forced out here into his D-Knight. Yeah, here's the thing, right? He brings in D-Knight, takes rocks damage, takes Fiery Dance damage. It's at 30%, right? Which means that, you know, now that I have rocks up, this is really good because it limits the amount of times Dragonite can switch in. And here's my game plan right now. If I go into Chomp right now on the D-Knight, predicting the E-Speed, if he actually does go for it, Rough Skin damage will put him in a range where he cannot switch out anymore. Because it'll bring him like under 25%, I think, or 25 or under, something like that. And that would just mean that he can't switch out because of the rocks. So in order to get rid of this Dragonite, I go into my Garchomp here, and he does predict that, and he ends up going into his Reuniclus. Now, I'm not really sure what Reuniclus set this might be, so I want to switch out. I need to preserve Chomp because I know it can live in E-Speed. So here I'm going to go into my Breloom, maybe thinking I can Spore it if he ends up trying to go for like a Calm Mind or something, but he is Trick Room, so I have to end up sacking my Breloom here. And going into my D-Knight on this next turn because D-Knight is banded and I know I can live because of my multi-scale. So he's going to go for Psychic here. I can easily live that. Go for the Outrage, completely knocking it out, which is really awesome. As now that Trick Room is up, he has to go into a slower Pokemon. So he ends up going into his Breloom here, going for the Spore. So I mean, he's probably Adamant Spore then. So now that I'm asleep, he's going to take this opportunity to go into his Jirachi. And I do get the first turn Wake Up, which is awesome. So I can just go for the Outrage. I mean, in the long run, it didn't really matter because all he wanted to do was just go for the Ice Punch here and knock me out. So he's going to be able to do that once the Trick Room wears off. I can go now into my Volcarona here, and he just goes for Ice Punch again, trying to get the freeze, but I mean, he's asking for too much there. He gets the burn, doesn't really matter. So in the long run, I mean, that I woke up, it doesn't really matter, I guess, too much. But now he's going to go into his Breloom here. I guess, I mean, it doesn't really matter, since if he goes in, it doesn't really matter what order he brings it in. He could have brought in D-Knight first and tried to, I mean, he could have just brought in D-Knight and tried to beat my Volcarona, but it didn't matter at that point because of the fact that I could have just gone into Chomp, and no matter what he went for, if he went for E-Speed, he'd die from my Rough Skin, or if he went for like Earthquake or whatever, Volk can just outspeed the rest of his team and win. So he goes into Breloom here because it does have a Fighting Gem, and the only way he can win is if he gets a crit with the Mach Punch. So he's going to go for the Mach Punch right here with the Fighting Gem. He does not get the crit, so I pretty much secure the game by going for the Fiery Dance here, and now the only other way to win is if I choke, but I don't end up choking in the end. Spoilers. But he's going to go into D-Knight here. I'm going to go into my Chomp, which is the best play that I have here. He ends up predicting that going for the Earthquake, but it doesn't matter because he can't switch out anymore, and Volcarona outspeeds the rest of his team and wins. So what I can do now is just go for the Fiery Dance. I don't end up choking, which is great. I can go for Fiery Dance here, get the special attack boost, and he ends up going into the Rotom Wash here, which is his last Pokemon, and I can just take it out with a Bug Buzz. So that's going to be a really close game, really nice game too. Overall, I mean, I just knew that I had to play conservatively with Volcarona in order to win, and rocks were very important to keep up on his side of the team, his side, because of the fact that each time Dragonite came back in, it would take more damage from the rocks, and I could end up getting rid of it and win with Volcarona in the end. So that's going to be the game here. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle, and once again, like I said, go ahead and leave a comment here about what you guys might want to see for a 1,000 subscriber special live, and I'll definitely take it into consideration. But other than that, you know, hope you guys enjoyed this battle, and until next time, see you later.